Here with Rod Houston from Davies, who specialise in wear liners and a new telemetry system for the proactive maintenance, essentially, of those wear liners. Would that be the case?
Yeah, that's the case.
And what's been the journey to get here?
Yeah, it's been an exciting journey. Davies as a business started as a small family company in Esperance in Western Australia. It's developed some really cool technology in the attachment of wear liners, improving productivity in the attachment of wear liners, and now we're on a new journey with our new digital technology and sensing of wear in wear liners.
Beautiful. And to go back a step, because we've said the word wear liners a lot, what is a wear liner? Where does it go?
Wear liners, it's like the armor plating of the mining industry. Everywhere the ore moves or flows, there is a armor plating wear liner, and that liner is a consumable that wears out with the ore flow, and that needs to be replaced. It's a maintenance requirement that needs to change every 3 months or 3 years.
Okay.
So it's quite an expensive process. So every time you shut down the operations to do that maintenance, then that's a cost to the business.
And to me, mining seems to be a fairly developed industry. Is anybody coming towards the maintenance aspect of things and coming unstuck a little with things they don't expect, or is everybody just pretty much across it and they know they need wear liners and they know they need maintenance? Like, what do you see in the marketplace?
Look, wear liners I'd say that traditionally wear liners have been around for quite a long time. So a lot of times it's fairly well understood technology, but I would say that it's really prime for disruption, and Davies is a business that's bringing that disruption to that industry. It's not really changed in 40 years, but we think there's a lot that can be done to improve the productivity and the safety of maintenance of these liners.
So, Industry 4.0, the IoT revolution, yada, 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 all the buzzwords. What does it mean from a money in my pocket perspective?
Well,
where does your product fit into that
obviously,
chain?
if when you say money in the pocket, I mean, obviously, in the case of our customer, who is the mining company, we work directly with these mining companies. What we want to do is create value for them and value for us. And really, the benefit for them with our technology is really improving productivity. It's about improving reducing the amount of downtime and increasing the uptime. So if you've got $100 million 100 million tons of iron ore going through your operation, if you can get another 5 to 10 million tons just by keeping the uptime increased over that a year, there's another $50 million that you can add to the bottom line.
Beautiful. And practically on the ground, when I have wear sensors installed across my wear liners, what does that mean? Like, what are the maintenance team doing or not doing? What are they procuring or not procuring?
Yeah, well, what it means is now they have the opportunity with a sensor in the liner. They can now actually understand which liners are wearing out, and they can actually, what our system allows them to do is actually forecast ahead, looking at doing predictive maintenance. So now they can say, 6 weeks' time, I'm going to have a shutdown. How many of these liners actually need changed? Rather than previously, they actually do not know. So they will actually plan to do all of them because they don't know anything different. Now we can literally save them on inventory. They only need to buy, now they have the information, they might only buy 50% of those liners, and now they've got 50% of the time that they get back in that shut to do something else.
And how consistent is your sensor? I mean, if there's degradation on a point in the line where I don't have a wear sensor, and then I don't preempt that by procuring 100% of all the replacements, how have you found that anecdotally?
Yeah, look, I think, generally there's a lot of experience in the industry where you have a reasonably good idea of where the high wear areas are, and strategically that's where you would put the sensors. So those areas where you know that are going to be wearing more. And then perhaps the other benefit with wear liners is if you don't get it right the first time, then it's going to get changed out 6 months later, and then we'll do it differently the next time. We'll put the sensors in a different area. So you'll learn very quickly about where the best place to do them and where you don't really need them. So it's a learning process.
And what is your optimization time frame like for somebody taking on wear sensor technology? How long until they're getting 90% of the value out of the technology?
Well, I would say from our experiences, they get it almost immediately. You know, the pure value of them being able to see what's happening in the liners, and almost within the first few days, that we're already able to provide them with a forecast of the liner, the wear on those liners, and immediately that's influencing the planning process.
Hey, wonderful. And you'll be able to see your product right next to us. That's why this stand is here. Is there anything you'd like to tell us about as we go up and down?
Yeah, look, I mean, here we've at the top of our stand is our traditional attachment system. This is our technology. We've been in the industry for more than 7-8 years. We have a wearside attachment system. This is our system which really has created the business. We've provided the customer with a reduction in downtime and improved safety. We remove the need for hot works when you're doing the maintenance of wear plates.
And hot works is in the sense of using oxyacetylene torches and other things like that? Is that what you mean by hot works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the time today in the maintenance industry, they use oxy torches to cut off the nuts that attach these wear liners. They don't screw them off. When they come to take them off, they just oxy torch.
Right.
And that's dangerous. It takes time to set that up, and it's just not the way to go. It's 100% nuts.
Yeah.
So we're all about 100% less nuts. And so this system does is gets rid of those nuts. It's a system that doesn't have a nut on the back, and that's the attachment systems.
Yeah. And below that, I believe we've got in situ wear sensors.
Yes. Below that we have the sensors, not quite in screen at the moment, but we have a sensor, the new WearSense sensor, which we can apply. We've got 2 different designs of sensor, one that goes directly into the bolt, and we can fit the sensor with our bolting system, or we have a more of an independent sensor which can be fitted to any wear liner, independent of the attachment system.
Yeah. So would somebody be nuts not to be using a wear sensor technology?
Absolutely.
Hey. And what percentage of the asset value does wear liners take up? Is the market standardization or?
Look, I mean, in terms of asset value, it's an interesting one in that in the capital expense initially, our wear liners are quite small, 5%, 10% of that, but they're an ongoing cost. I mean, you can have a fixed asset which may be changing its wear liners, and it could be spending $1 million a year on changing those liners, and because they have to be replaced.
Yeah. Okay. And if there's one thing you wanted people in the world to know about Davies, what would you tell them?
Look, I mean, Davies, we're a business which is really, we believe, is able to disrupt the maintenance of the wear liners, and we are a business that's looking to partner up. We've got the basis of a very good technology which can bring very good value to a large range of customers, and we're open to working with customers worldwide and with other partners to help us open up those channels.
Wonderful. The details will be in the bottom of this video, so if you'd like to get in touch, please do so. Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers.